Are we hip? Are we hype? Are we happening?
We are. We are in. Sorry it took a minute longer. We were having some technical difficulties. Don't know why.
Hey,
Didn't change
hey,
anything.
when do we not have technical difficulties?
It's it's so dumb though. Like I haven't changed anything. Like I literally just don't forget to change the date by the way.
Oh, I got okay.
Oh, and I need to change the topics too. And I need to change. Oh, daggone it. See, this is what happens when you're dealing with technical difficulties.
Please stand by.
What's the what one a day are we on?
Yeah,
314?
that sounds right. I think it's just got to add because it was 307 last week. Yeah, that's right. Almost there, dude.
Yep, almost at 365. Wait a minute, why are you picking up? I'm dumb. I'm over here streaming the wrong damn camera.
What in the ever beloved?
Okay, that's not what I wanted. Now I gotta go into filters and add even more cropness to it. Um, I haven't even, see, that's the thing that I'm talking about. I haven't moved anything and I changed all of this.
That sucks, dude. I mean, seriously, what it's like it forgot every damn thing we talked.
Yeah.
It's not like we've never done this before. What the?
Oh, so we want bottom to be 300. No, I don't want bottom to be 300. So I do want top to be 400.
Wait, what? That's the one that's live? How does it keep doing that? I do appreciate that you actually have a sheet ready.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, whatever. Whatever. What evs? Oh, God. Why did I do that? God, oh. No, it ain't made for kids. Does anybody make anything for kids, really? No, don't restrict it, though. I mean, dude, every other kid that watches this is under 14 goes ahead, watches this because whatever. Ain't made for kids, but we don't care if kids watch because we're all right. Kids watch. Give me a break.
I'm fixing it, people. Don't worry. I'm getting there.
He's getting there.
There we go. I had to get it back to the right angle. Like I don't understand why.
Me neither.
Like I
But the
had
point is, you
that.
got it.
I had this done. As you can tell, I had it set up. I had everything done, and I go to. This freaking sucks. I mean, it makes me not even want to do anything. Like, I mean, you want to talk about off on a tangent? Like that. It's wasting 20 minutes right there, 30 minutes right there. Yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock, and now we were only a couple minutes behind. Now we're half an hour behind.
Stupid. Yeah, fucking
It's
stupid.
ridiculous. All right, let's get into it. On other news, on other news,
Biddling? Do you guys know what a biddling is? Biddling. I have biddling. All right, there we goes.
what are you
What?
talking about? What are you talking about?
I spelled building with the D before the L, so it's biddling.
Oh, I'm like, what are you talking about?
I was trying out biddling. I thought it was kind of cool. What did
Yeah,
you think? Did you think it was kind of cool?
biddling, yeah, and that's another world right there, biddling.
Biddling. What the hell was that?
Uh, extra stuff that I needed, like fuzzies and stuff that I needed to get off.
Oh, okay, okay.
Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Fucking kidding me. Sorry, kids. This is not a kid show. Just fucking ridiculous.
It's
Anyways,
gonna be all right.
in other news, yeah.
You know, man.
Um, so I got first part of one of my build videos recorded
Oh yeah,
for you guys.
you
Yes,
did mention that. Yeah.
I got that done, and I went to go record the other part, and guess what? It was doing outside. It's fucking pouring down rain.
Yeah, we've been having some pretty. Yeah, we've been having some pretty wicked weather lately.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all are dealing with everywhere else, but here in Wisconsin, those people, man, it's just severe storms back and forth,
I
dude.
thought I got away from that. The the 2 p.m. showers, but lately it's been like in the morning and like late at and like a K like that. What was it? Was it less this past weekend? It was in the afternoon, but this like today it was like early morning.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I am liking about up here is that it's not the same every single day. Like today, the afternoon was fine. I had other stuff I had to take care of, and we had the show tonight, so it was like I don't really have time to do everything else that I wanted to do. So, but
Well, rain is definitely preventing us from flying like we normally would. Plus, the weather up here, dude. I mean, the humidity is beginning to rival the southern states this last couple days, man, dude.
it's
Last
only
week.
it was only like 30 something degree, 30 something percent today. Well, I should
Oh,
say this evening around like 5, 6 o'clock.
maybe it cleared up for you because, dude, it feels like when you step outside, you're putting on a sweater out here. It's
No,
like
no, it
the dew
definitely
point.
it
The
cooled
dew
off for
point
me.
is so bloody high. It's like, is really anything going on? It's like, damn, dude. It's ridiculous, dude.
No, it definitely cooled off for me. I'd say it was in the mid 70s here, and it was actually like the perfect temperature for me. Like it's mid 70s, and it's not like south humid. It's like 30% humidity, 35% humidity. It was actually 32%, but like I guessed at 35 and looked it up and it was 32%. I was like, man, I'm getting good at this. Been in the south so long, I know I can guess humidity like the sweat on my palm. Like it's just insane. Like I never thought that I would be guessing humidity like that.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's amazing. I mean, it's still pretty freaking bad, but
Oh yeah, it's still bad, like, but it's not bad compared to what I'm used to. So it's not bad to what I came from, and it's not bad from. Is this on camera? Okay.
yeah,
I'm trying to get used to the new setup because I got the camera behind me. Well, the camera's here, and then the screen is way over there. It's like
you're saying all this, and actually, I'm not watching it on the. I need to put it on the thing, so
I
because you
know
don't have it
normally,
on.
yeah, normally I screen share it, but like I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to do that with Discord. Like it doesn't make it easy in Discord. So we honestly, for all intents and purposes, like voice chatting is great, and doing it this way is okay, but like this isn't ideal. This isn't actually like the ideal setup.
Yeah,
I guess it would be good for multiple people because
but
it,
yeah, multiple people, right, right.
but for like just us two, I don't think this is like the ideal setup. We're close. We are close, but it's not perfect. But we're functional. So I'm not really complaining on that aspect.
So is that all you got, Robert? You just raining like a bitch over there? I don't mean all you got. I'm just saying because, like, dude, yeah, it's been raining here too, like crazy, dude. We've been having severe storms basically
Yeah,
every day.
yeah,
It's like they pass through, and man, dude, we had yesterday when I came
yeah,
home,
like
there was like a
severe.
there was a 65, 70 mile an hour wind gusts, and like, oh, there's all kinds of branches. One of the dudes at work has been out. He said like, come 7:15, I'll be out without power for 24 hours. I'm like, dude, for real? He lives in West Allis, for crying out loud.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah.
Are they like conserving it out there, or?
Not that I heard of, not that we knew of, but like I don't know what the hell was going on. I mean, because like we didn't, like by me, we didn't lose power. We got some
Yeah,
shit. We had a tornado. We had an actual tornado warning like a couple nights back. And they
yeah,
said like get to the lowest room quickly, but it didn't
yeah,
materialize.
we
And
had.
besides that, I wouldn't do that.
I'd say we had a tornado come touch down probably an hour, maybe 45 minutes west of us, towards the
Yeah,
towards yeah, like so basically where our friends are and stuff, like towards them, like it actually touched down. What was that, last week when those storms came through?
yeah, that's about right. Yeah,
Yeah, so um, yeah, and I mean it was bad here. Power went out for like probably a minute here, and then came right back on. Um, but it was no big deal. Like I mean that's to me, like I'm so used to storms and stuff like that. It's like I'm not I don't even know, like my first tornado, if I ever have to deal with one here, like I'm actually gonna probably like shrug it off. And I know I shouldn't, but it's like, man, I've been dealing with storms my entire life. Like I lived in the South. I've been through massive, massive hurricanes. And it's
oh
like
yeah.
I don't flinch anymore. Like it's like, oh yeah, it's another storm. Like, and it's sad. Like I mean, I should prepare more for it. Like when it happens, like I should actually like, oh, okay, I need to do this, 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 and this. But I'm like, man, it's just it's just a severe thunderstorm with possible tornadoes, man. I had heard that so many times in my entire life, like I don't even care. I don't, because they're so rare. Tornadoes are so rare in the South that it just is like, ah. But here they're actually more common because the conditions are better for them. I don't know if it's less, sometimes less, more humidity. I don't know what it is because I would assume that the South has more humidity when those storms come through and they're just like, eh. And sometimes they touch down, sometimes they don't.
Right, right.
But I'm guessing I guess maybe it's the drier air that helps them and makes them worse. I I'm not an expert, so I'm taking a guess. I can only go by normal climate situations like the Midwest, the Central Plains, and all that stuff that get tornadoes constantly, or like when I say constantly, on a regular basis. Like Florida gets hurricanes. Like you kind of
Yeah,
know, like the normal temperature and the way the normal humidity is, like it's drier here than it is
right, right.
in the
And
South.
yeah, I mean, it's not like yeah, because like hurricanes get fed off moisture. It's like tornadoes. Actually, I think tornadoes help get formed because again, that's why the planes get them is because they're just the rolling. There's nothing to break up storms. They just can continue to roll through and gather momentum. So that's
Yeah,
why like Tornado Alley is not really in the middle of the plane. It's more on like well, actually, I'm sorry, it is more in the middle of the plane. It's not the beginning of them, not the end of them. It's in the middle of them. So that's where they can gather the most steam and be the most biggest they can be. So
yeah, because it's been pushing through and it's got the momentum, and then it's kind of like one of those hurricanes. Like in order for it to be a Cat 5, it can't just come up out of the ocean like all of a sudden it's a Cat 5. Very rarely does that happen. Like it doesn't go from a tropical storm or a tropical depression to a tropical storm to a hurricane category 5 like within 24 hours. Sometimes it can, but it takes time to build that up. Most of the
right,
time to come off of, sometimes even off, way off the, other continents to the east. Like sometimes they have to roll off of there, form, and then they slowly get out into warmer water and then pick up steam and then they come up either the East Coast or go into the Gulf or destroy the Bahamas and come up Florida or whatever they decide to do. And it's
Yeah.
just kind of the nature. Like they've been told, like the ones that's out there right now. Like it's so funny how nobody, like not many people up in the north realize like how often it happens. Like they're just like, oh, there's another hurricane. Like what's a hurricane? Like I only know of like one. You guys have like one a year, right? Like no, we have like 15 to 20 to 30 a year. Oh, I can't say 30, but sometimes, we have upwards of, what was it, last year? We went through all of the regular alphabet and got like halfway through,
Beta and theta and shit like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, halfway through what was that, the Greek alphabet or whatever they were doing. Um, and I can't say the alphabet. We got through all of the named hurricanes because I don't think they go through the entire alphabet. Do they? They
No,
go,
they do skip a few letters. There's not many,
yeah,
but they skip a few of the
yeah,
uncommon letters.
right. So but they went through all of those and they got like halfway through, um, alpha, beta, or whatever they were called, and we were like six storms into that last year. I was like, dang, this is a bad year. Like, and
Right.
I say bad, when I say bad, it's like there was a few bad storms, but there were only like maybe one or two, and not the predicted like four or five that they actually had that were going to be catastrophic. But they don't normally
Right.
make it that far. They normally stop at like S.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like S, sometimes it'll make it to like W. Because I remember Wilma. I think you remember Wilma.
I
Uh,
remember Wilma. I just remember the names. I remember their names. Their names. I don't know if Wilma got retired, but their names usually, like everybody can
yeah,
remember.
yeah. And that's the
That
thing. Like,
might have hit Robert where he was too.
yeah. Well, he probably remembers Andrew from like early to mid to late 90s. Was it
That
96?
was 90. Andrew was 92.
Was it 92? I thought it was 96.
Nope,
92.
92.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
Andrew. I was I was young, but I remember it. It was a pretty bad one.
Andrew was pretty bad.
It's, but I've been through so many. It's like the only one that I left for was Irma because that thing was so big, it scared the crap out of me. It was a huge Category 5, and it was the size of almost Texas. And when you're talking about taking out Florida with the size of Texas, like, okay, I ain't playing with this one.
I ain't even playing with it.
Like, I'm leaving my almost beachfront condo, and I am headed north, and I will be back when I can get back.
You mean the other dude? You mean Abby? Abby's in school. Remember, he said he's going to be like last week was going to be last week. So
Oh
he's
yeah,
back.
well,
He's back in school.
he missed it. How to build.
Wait, is that another Venom?
No,
A
this is
Viper?
yes.
Why I keep saying Venom like a dumbass?
I don't know.
And would you mind telling me how it is my elbow is stuck up there?
Well, where's your elbow?
Well, now my I got the round. Dude, you didn't even mention the roundels.
You don't tell me your camera froze.
I'm telling you, my camera froze.
Oh my
Because
God.
something must have happened. Because that's not how it looks right now. Any new planes? No, I've been working on my the 22-2. I would show it to you, but my camera froze. Actually, no, wait, here it is. I guess still got a couple down here. They haven't been much flight because literally since last week it's been all hot, humid, and stormy.
And that's one sheet of paper. That is one sheet of paper.
What is?
Those.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and it's fixed, by the way.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, because now I can see the planes that I'm bringing out there. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I need to get that
All
on my.
right. I got the roundels. I was showing the roundels, but nobody could see them. They've been on here the whole time, but since my camera froze, ain't nobody know. Ain't
Yeah,
nobody know.
I didn't realize it because it's kind of. I don't really. I need to change it a little bit. Like I need to change my setup a little bit too. Like it's
Yeah.
not 100% perfect on
And when
what I'm
you
looking
get
at.
the camera to Robert, when Robert gets involved, we get, like and we do a different show day, so KA gets involved, and anybody else. I mean, yeah, we got potential here. So, like you said, the setup probably is going to have to take some tweaking.
Yeah, it's gonna have to take some tweaking. Like I'm gonna have to. Dang it, I'm gonna have to do some stuff here. Like I don't want to. I'm gonna have to buy another table.
That's funny, dude. At work, just bought himself 2 tables, and actually, he came home and he's like, "These ain't tables. These are trash cans. Why the hell do I have trash cans?" He got trash cans. He didn't order no trash cans. He just got trash cans.
Oh, that's like, that's like the thing that showed up in the mail the other day. We ordered a winter coat. Winter fluffy pajamas showed up for like an adult. A kid's winter jacket. And
Oh,
it wasn't Amazon, by the way.
oh, well,
I will give Amazon credit. They haven't screwed up really on our end
yeah,
yet. I mean, we've had a few like, hey, this isn't exactly what we thought it was, but that's more of us not reading the description sometimes.
right. Yeah, I mean, everybody's guilty of that. I think at one point you
I'm
get
guilty
into
of
it,
that
you
more
order it,
than
it's like, oh yeah, and then it's like, wait, this isn't what.
like because sometimes they throw up generic pictures and then you don't read the description because they're showing you how it can be used, but you're thinking that you're getting everything when you're not getting everything. So it's like sometimes we return it, sometimes we don't. Like, it just depends.
It just depends. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
I mean,
this
I
is
think a lot of times because you're not going to the mall, you're not going to the store and picking up your stuff. Yeah, you're ordering online. You're in it. You're in it. That's the whole problem. So what can you do?
go ahead and throw that up there.
What did you throw? What did you throw up there? Oh, oh, is that is that a spider?
Nope,
Well, it looks like a spider. This is it's not. Is it a thunderbolt?
it is.
Dude, it looks wickedly more like a spider than it does a thunderbolt at this point of the game. Wow.
It does. And this is the one that I recorded how to build.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
But no,
Nice.
but it is definitely no a thunderbolt. I don't know if you guys can see that how that nose is.
Dude, wait, does it have the same fold as spider does?
No, that is
It,
not. That is
it
straight.
looks like no, I just okay, because God, it looked like it was getting bigger at the nose and smaller at the rudder. I was like, you did not give Thunderbolt Spiders tech.
No, 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 no.
Although
That
I'm
is
wondering
straight.
why I'm wondering why you haven't done that.
No, that is straight. It's just shadowy
It's shadowy. Okay, okay.
and it's puffy because it's thick up here.
That's actually what I'm thinking of more because yeah, it looks like it's thicker. It's the shadow you can kind of tell, but yeah, that's
Yeah, because it's you can see when I like how it pops up in the back
right.
because it's so there's so much up here now that it's pushing up the back. But no, it is not. I have not done that. I probably will, but no, I have not done that.
Nice.
And what's
Well, now
funny
you need
is you guys can't see what is right underneath this.
what
Like
the table?
I can just reach in and grab something and pull it out.
What the heck are you talking about? What's right underneath the platform?
Yeah, like I can reach in and grab a thing and pull it out. Like, oh, I can grab this one. Number 30. Number 30. You
What
know.
do you have a set of drawers under there with some planes in them?
No, I just no, that is an open
Oh,
This one. No, it's just an open. This used to, well, I say used to be. This was a uh TV stand.
yeah.
So underneath here is normally where like the VCR, DVR, cable
Oh,
box would
okay,
be.
okay, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
this is all open, and then it has the two drawers underneath that, and then it has a glass piece right here. It has the, wow, why can't you see that? Right here,
Right here.
right
He says
here.
right here, and I'm like, guys, are you catching this?
Well, cause I'm touching it here, but I've got it cropped, and
Okay.
because the camera can't see that, but it's like right at the edge of this. Um, it goes up.
Damn it.
It goes up here. It goes up,
Did you guys
and
notice
then
right here?
this is an entertainment area as well, like shelving and stuff, which I've got
Here, do you
computer stuff in right
see
now.
this? See this up here? Look at all the way up here. See this?
You so
Can you guys, can you guys see that? It's not really readable, but there's like a window right here. Like right here, there's an X. And then I think it says Discord, like right here. Can you guys see that, or am I the only one that sees that?
no, you can see tag nabbing.
I didn't notice that until just now. Because I was like moving
Thought
something right there, like,
yeah, but I thought I
that's an
cropped
X.
it. Yeah, but I thought I cropped that out.
Ah,
All right, let's go here. Oh,
ah.
I took the daggone crop off because it was being uh. So let's just do. Let's take that off. It's not that I
Okay,
don't
well,
want you guys to know what I'm using. It's just it's distracting.
it is a little distracting. I mean, it's not so bad, but you know.
Almost got it. So I need to go a little higher.
I mean, we're dealing with other people that make theirs look like it's secondary professional, and then we got ours, and you still see the window, and everybody be like, "The hell are these amateurs doing?"
No, I know what you're saying. Like I'm just
We're trying to take this to the next level and shit, and we're still worried about
well,
we're having technical difficulties.
well, yeah. That's the thing.
We're getting better though. We are getting better.
Like I figured out how to fix it. Obviously, I didn't take forever to fix it,
Right?
but
No, yeah, of course.
it took me longer than I wanted, and I'm still blown away about this damn technology and stuff that I've learned over the last years. You know what I'm saying? It's like I wouldn't have been able to do this.
This wire right here. See, I don't know where this goes.
You should find that video.
I'm gonna find that video. Pop it up here and have a little clip going on. It's like
I
this
don't know what
motherfucker right
this
here.
is.
I don't know where this motherfucker go. Oh my god, it was good stuff, people. It was good stuff from the classics. Robert, what you mean you don't remember much of the '90s, man? '90s were great, man.
What you
The
talking about
'90s,
was?
I don't know. I
What you
ain't
talking
even
about
know.
was?
Damn, I
Any
gotta
new
unfold it.
planes?
Yeah, he was wondering about new ones.
Any new planes? Well, what do you
Well,
mean new? Like
obviously
new,
the one that you
like
got right there in front of him, that Thunderbolt. Oh wait, so wait, you got the Thunderbolt sitting there. That's the one. Does it have anything new, or
it
did you
just
just?
it's folded different. It's folded slightly different. And I mean and I say that because it's just reverse folding. That's slightly different. There's one reverse fold in there that I did. That
Ah,
I mean I used to do three, and this one only has
one.
no. I think it has two.
Oh,
It either has one or two.
is that like enough for you to consider that a tech on that?
I mean I don't. I like the way
I
it
mean,
looked before.
right. Well, I could say that like if I were to do that with mine, I would consider it that way. I mean, because it does change how the plane responds.
Well, yeah,
Like
and it takes those. It takes the. Let me pull out one of the other ones. Let me see if I can get to it. Where's it at?
not that you keep in mind you don't have to show us here, of course, because I know that you've got like you did the how to build on it already, so we could just see it there. But
Yeah, but crap. Where is the other one? Other ones. Are they still over here? Or are they? Dagnabbit.
Bear with me, folks, because I'm constructing it too.
Uh,
Well, I mean, I'm working on this thing, and I would like this to be my next bird. Um, and I'd like to do more test flying, but the weather has severely hampered any test flights that I would have been doing recently. Even if I would tape it, even if this was tapered and nod to you, I wouldn't be doing it yet. The weather's just been so bad. I
well,
mean, if it's not been that humid for the tape, it's just been too fucking windy, or it's actually literally been storming.
yeah, that's what
So
I was gonna say. Like, it's not necessarily the humidity that's the problem. It's been the physical rain and the storms and the wind
yeah, I mean, we're
that have
talking
just.
spirit thunderstorms. I'm not just saying rain, because again, if I had something taped, I might go and fly in. Well, I would go and fly in the rain, but we're talking lightning, thunder close by and stuff. Yeah, so no, I'm not going to be risking the plane getting struck by lightning just to find out if it could be struck by lightning. Although it would be really cool. Chances are I wouldn't capture that on flight, but on camera in flight. But it'd be a good effort.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would get a great many hits. You could actually get your plane in action, get struck by lightning, and captured on camera. I think everybody would be like, "Whoa! Look, it
Yeah,
turned into a
but
flaming
the
ball of dust instantly."
yeah, the chances of that happening are.
Right,
I mean, you could
right.
help them, but it would still like put so much risk on you that like I don't know if you would want to do that
I
because
mean,
you would literally have to have like metal either around or on the plane to
they
help.
built they build like fighter aircraft and airliners like Faraday cages. And I don't know if we could do that with paper airplanes that we actually gave structural, like maybe gave it electrical charge so we would draw the lightning to them. But if you were to do that, don't try this at home, kids. If you were to do that, I would not recommend doing it with the short range plane. Like, do it with your long range plane, so at least it gets the hell away from you before it, gets blasted out of the sky.
Yeah,
Plus, I
like
mean, let's face it, it should be a little bit further away. If you take the picture, if you were to capture a picture of the video, even the video of that like happening up close, it'd just be blinding white anyway. So you wouldn't have you want it a little distance away so you could see the actual lightning bolt, right? I mean, come on now.
what are you doing?
I'm finishing this one up.
No, but what are you doing?
Well, did you watch
You
me last week, man?
you didn't
Yeah,
fold those in before.
yeah, I did.
You did?
Yep. They're all to a certain degree. They're all like, I mean, the inside versus outside folds
Oh,
of
I thought
these.
they were
Yeah,
cut.
yeah. Well, yeah, they
Well, they,
are, but they're folded. No, they're not cut like that. That's actually a fold. That was the whole point of this, is to make it so that those the hedrals winglets like that are stronger than they would be if they were just cut. Because anybody could just cut them, but no, every single one of these are folded. So there's reinforcement there. And like you were pointing out, sometimes it's to the inside, sometimes it's to the outside. That I haven't seen that makes much of a difference. So
well,
I
with the
don't care.
double-sided tape, it shouldn't.
Right, right,
Like if you were taping the inside or the outside, like as far as like a single regular piece of tape, then I think that would make a difference. Because then the weight
right.
is, not the same.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Because you're
So,
having to put it on one side, wrap it around.
and that I do find out with this one too. Although again, it's worked so far, so I've got no complaints or anything. But I have, like, again, a nod to OAE. There's a lot more little pieces of tape amongst this to keep things flat that wouldn't normally be. Like you see this one here. There's tape here, there's tape here, there's tape here, as well as the dual sided to keep the folds in place on the back fins. And it's got two staples in it. The staples aren't really a nod, but like I taped it in little places, all in all the locations, to make sure that nothing got too poofy, it stays flat.
Yeah,
Um, and ironically enough, I leave the wing pockets alone. That's kind of,
that's kind of your
almost.
thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. It
But
seems kind of productive, and I call it stall proofing. It's not exactly, obviously 100% stall proofing, but it helps. Um, but you
I think
kind of
it
need
shuts
that.
things down.
You kind of need that because I mean, even if you look at real planes again, real planes have an airfoil, and the airfoil is never okay. Excuse me. It's very rarely extremely thin. Normally, it's very rounded. The ones that produce lift are usually rounded, right? Well, if we want something that produces lift, and these are not our interceptors, the airfoil should probably be a little bit more rounded. And the only way you're going to get that is by poofing out the wing pockets. For those of us that fold, I mean, again, Robert over there with his like again a flying, a lifting body, flying wing, it's already kind of built in. But you get the idea. It's usually poofed in the first place. So
Yeah,
ideally, ideally, it'd be really cool if we could like keep that wing pocket out and then just continue it till it blends back in somewhere back here. Then it would be a true airfoil. But I mean, if you're going to create a wing pocket straight up this way, you're not really going to make it.
yeah, that's what we were saying. Like yours are built in, like his are built in to the plane itself, which
Yeah,
is what helped them. Which and yours are way. I won't say. I think what I'm saying or what I'm thinking is that they're way more advanced than what we do
yeah,
because
his blended bodies. I mean, that's like a step. I
that's
mean,
yeah
yeah, yeah,
that's next level stuff. Like that's like you building those one takes longer. Two, it takes more thought.
and like yeah, you Y13, to an and it's like okay, you could almost literally like if we have a channel, if we had like if this was like a TV channel, and we call this our channel, of course, but if this is like a TV channel, we could literally have shows upon shows just dealing with this because our tech is different than your tech. I mean, we put fins in like this, for example, and even if we were to cut fins on, they're obviously going to be something different for a lifting body, a blended body, because it's already rounded. They're really are they fins? That plane doesn't really need fins. It would be strikes. It would be winglets. It would be something more that just kind of adds to the stability, but not necessarily needed. Because like a true flying wing, we were talking about this last week. True flying wing doesn't have fins. So and I remembered like a great argument about these paper airplanes a long time ago that said like people used to think if you just did what we did here with a small fuselage and wings like this, some people argued these were flying wings. I'm like, how? You've got a fuselage here. How would you say that's possible? I mean, even the B2, okay, I get it. Even the B2 is considered a fuselage, but not like you or I think
Yeah,
about it. Not the cigar shaped thing airliners have. It's different. That's more explaining too. The B2, he likes the B2. He's going to be losing it here shortly when the B21 comes out.
yeah, but I still like that one. It's still, I mean, it's not my all-time favorite. But what I will say is to the moon, to the moon. These stocks are finally recovering.
The stocks are fine. Oh, wait. I thought you were talking about the plane. That's not your all-time favorite. Then you said to the moon. What the fuck? What, you like the Apollo spacecraft? What are you talking about?
I like, I
You
mean,
got to be the only dude in the history of flight that, like, all of us that like planes, it goes like, I like the Apollo spacecraft. I think it's pretty cool.
no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, no, the B2 is by far one of probably my top favorite plane, just because of the look and I mean it's just hype. I like it. I've loved it since I was a kid.
Like, well, what are you going to do when, like, you going to like the B-21 as much when it comes out? Assuming it looks like the artist drawings of it?
Well, I mean, if it looks like it's supposed to, then, or like they're saying it's going to, then I'm not gonna hate it. It's definitely, it's, it's gonna be up there as far as, me liking it, but it will not replace my B2 unless it does something like, if it really does something like awesome.
I think I don't know. I think it's probably just going to be straight up one for one. People keep people keep forgetting. They're pointing out that this plane is going to be like a more simpler design because the bat wing design the B2 had was for a different role, so they're simplifying the trailing edge and so on and so forth. But and their illustration is they're figuring like I think they're distracting the public a little bit in the way of it's supposed to be smaller than the B2, and when you consider it, it's like you got to realize it's still going to be a heavy bomber. If it's replacing the B2 and the B1, it's a heavy bomber. It's
But
going
is
to
it
be
going to
big.
have the same range? I mean, I'm expecting it to have longer range, even though it's going to
It,
be smaller.
I guess it's probably going to depend on the payload, and like I think people are again since they're replacing two bombers with one, and we're supposed to get like what 100 of them. We'll see, but we're supposed to get 100 of them. They're thinking like it's going to be a smaller plane. No, this plane's got to be at least as big as the B2. It's got to be almost. I'd venture to say it's almost the same size, which is why it was so easy for them to they've got what's the news right now? They've actually got two flying types built completed. They just haven't flown, or they won't tell us they've flown at this point. The only way they would be at that level is if they're virtually identical to the B2,
Yeah.
and they've got to be. I mean, the only way you're going to have a short flight test is by it being virtually identical. So if you're
Yep.
ready to field it as quickly as they say they
But
are,
the
which is in
technology
what
has changed
3
so
years?
much. So, I mean, unless
Yeah,
they're just changing the stealth technology on how it deflects the radars and stuff and how it's detected and everything else is the same, then that's different. Like, then I'm all for it. Like, I just wish they would kind of keep it, you know, I mean, it looks, I mean, let me look at it again. I mean, I thought it looked similar.
it looks even more like a flying boomerang than the B2 did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It definitely looked like it had less of the attack. No, that's not what I pushed.
And I mean,
Just
I don't think like as far as they go, it, because of what it is and what it's going to do, it's not going to
yeah,
matter much. Well, like speed doesn't matter. Speed doesn't matter. Range probably matter. Altitude, how low or how high it can go, not going to matter as much because I'm pretty damn sure we're talking nap of the earth (TFR), so
Air
it's going to
Force
go as low
magazine
as
right here.
possible.
Payload less than 30,000. Oh, greater than. It's gonna be smaller.
It might be smaller, like somewhat, but again, it's a heavy bomber. We're talking about a plane that's supposed to replace the one and the two, so it's got to have at least Bombay's size, at least of
It's
one,
gonna
or at
have.
least three quarters of the B2, at least that.
Yeah,
We're
I
not
mean,
expecting them to have B-52 style, but it's got to be big.
yeah, and if you're looking at that B-52, yeah,
Are you here?
yeah, it's. But that's the thing. Like, you got to look at the size of the B-52 versus the B-2
Right.
and the.
Well, as far as length goes, obviously the B-52 beats it. But with wingspan, what is it? The B-52 is only like what 5 feet wider wingspan wise than the
Almost 10,
B-2?
almost 10.
Almost 10. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, it's
but it's not much.
155 versus 172.
Yeah,
And
not
it
by
takes,
much.
and that's the thing. It takes five people. It's a crew of
Yeah,
five, whereas the B2 is a two-man crew. And
Bobby found his way out of school. He must be cutting class.
does not fly good. Well, I don't
hey,
believe you.
hey, hey, Mark, Viper doesn't fly good. So has been said.
I don't believe you. I need video proof.
I need video proof. Tell me, show me that Viper is not good. I mean, I'll admit, I've seen Vipers fly bad, but I've also seen Vipers fly pretty damn good.
And
So
like, but see, that's the thing. What do you mean it doesn't fly good? Like, do you want long range, or are you looking? Because it's not a long range plane.
Yeah, Viper is not a long range plane. Don't expect it to be like Spider or Phase style. It's not that long range.
Yeah, it's not long range. It is a glider, and it is a medium range glider. What are you building? Because that definitely looks like.
I'm playing around with something.
Well,
I'm playing around with
you're
something.
building a swallow is what you're building.
Well, I would be, but like I did no kinds of. I mean, man, I don't know if I remember how to build a swap. It kind of looks like it though, don't it?
This is a bigger version of it, but
Do you see the fuselage size there? Yeah.
that's a bigger version of it. But I know you can see it
Wait, where?
on the
Oh
screen.
yeah, there it is. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Let me go get my. Let me get the. Yeah, here's the other one. The one that looks more like yours. This one's old.
You actually have an older bird? Holy shit!
Well, that one's from 2015.
Oh, that's old. That's old. That's old for him. I shouldn't be, but that's old for him.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
I'm not gonna have anything back from the early 2000s. It's just they're all gone. I wish they weren't, but they were. They are. But yeah, that is very similar.
it is. But of course, well, like you say, it's only half a sheet,
Yeah, you took half a sheet, whereas I took a full sheet.
and
So
there's
I
like, it's close, but yeah. I doubt it's going to fly as good as yours does because I was little. I had flying wing on the brain. I was like, okay, let's see if we can do this. You know?
but yeah, like that's the thing. Like the I just don't like the B-21 look as much. Like it's still got the same concept, but the way that the back of it is just comes to a triangle. Like I don't necessarily like that. And I know that probably has something to do with the stealth technology or speed or whatever it's trying to accomplish.
Yeah, it was something about like I believe the B2 was expected to do a little bit more low level stuff, so they put in the extra bat wing for stability at low level, and now they don't expect the B-21 to do that, so they took it back out.
Yeah, they just made it a diamond and then put the extra wing. I mean, it still looks cool. Like I still like it, but it's not. It's just not as big. It's not as. It's not as birdy. I
It's
mean,
not pretty.
although they do have this picture of it, and if this is truly it flying, I mean, granted,
The
this is probably a
B-21,
concept. Yeah,
it's probably art. It's probably art.
it probably is. I mean,
To our knowledge, we do not think that the B-21 has flown yet. They at least they haven't told us.
they
I'm assuming they're trying to keep up with telling us they're not keeping this one like completely secret. So I'm going to
it
assume that
may
it
have
hasn't flown
flown.
yet.
It may have flown.
It may have,
This was
but
posted by Northrop Northrop Grumman, and it's a picture of it in the air. I don't know them to be Photoshop experts, but granted,
well, some of that stuff is pretty good.
it's
God.
it's
Oh,
not
Avi, do you
hard.
want the fire cat now?
It's not a
Wait
long
a minute.
range plane either. So
You
like,
said swallow. You said swallow too. Oh, because swallow's on the screen.
so do you want long range or do you want short range? Like, because now you're going
Yeah. What
short
do you?
range. Like,
That
what are you trying
that
to
kind of makes me.
accomplish? See,
That kind of makes me wonder. What do you consider Viper anyway? Is Viper your what did we put it down as? Do you remember?
Viper replaced Vortex.
Okay, so it's oh my god. Okay, so if it's not super short range, is it?
No, it's like medium.
Okay, we need to
It's
look
like
back at
it's
this.
like
We need to look back at the sheet there because right now I've got like even on the rolls has at like up to date rolls. You know, the cool one with all the guide and shit to show you how long it flies and stuff on so on and so forth. Vortex is still slotted in as short to medium range attack, and Viper is a close to short range support. So it's like shorter range than Vortex. Now, what the hell?
But that's probably because I was using both.
Okay,
That's
okay,
yeah. I mean, I haven't officially like done anything as far as retiring Vortex or anything because I can still build it
right.
fine.
Which
Like
is why, which is why Black Squire and Black Knight are still technically in the core.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Like I mean, that's like I haven't officially gone in. And that's kind of like um what I need to really start focusing on, and 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 start with. Actually this roll sheet is really good to start with.
well,
So
yeah,
you have your top five.
the five that you need, yes.
Wait, no, you don't have them listed as that. Yeah, you do. So you have medium close air support, medium bomber, interdiction strike, battlefield air interdiction, and then interceptor.
Because I literally,
So
yeah, after we analyzed it and we talked about it, I realized again it was like, let's stop with the real world shit and like, what would you do with paper airplanes? And like, this is it taking it stripped down to what you do in paper airplane combat. You know, that's why there's like the only fighter you have in even like the recommended next expansion. It's not even in that. The only fighter you really need is the interceptor. Every other fighter is kind of extraneous. So
yeah,
that's why
you
I've got
need
it broken down that way.
yeah you need a this, yeah
I mean, your interceptor's fuck. Your intercept the only it is the only fighter you have, but it's the most fucking important fighter and plane you have. So
yeah
that's crucial.
yeah.
How do you know the Firecat is awesome? Do you think it's better than you were just saying that Viper's not as good? Like, you think it's better than Viper then? And how do you know that Firecat's awesome?
Yeah, that new Firecat is not on the channel.
Oh,
That's
so he
that's
doesn't
the
know. Okay,
original. Yeah, that's the original Firecat.
and he has that slotted in as his lead-in small trainer, and actually Firecat flew pretty good. So,
Yeah, Firecat is
but
still
this is
really close range.
why he's talking about, and by he I mean Mark. NASA's is talking about his tourney because he's trying to figure out which one of these is better than the other to put him in better positions. Because Firecat may be good enough to beat Viper, for example. So it
Oh yeah,
wouldn't be
yeah,
as
no,
just a
no,
trainer. It
and
could be like the primary attacker. You know,
that's kind of where like this newer Firecat was getting, and that's the other thing with Ninja. See, because I have Ninja, and then I also have Ekron and Dagger, which
and
are
Raptor.
in Raptor, and we have Hagataka.
Yeah,
Like so,
yeah.
like I've got
And you were even talking about using React because I've got that listed on your thing as like React is potential too.
yeah, I might, but I've got so much here already that it's like, okay, now I'm starting to get settled in. I'm starting to, and it's taken me longer than I expected. I will say that. I figured I was gonna hit the ground running, get everything set up and go, but I didn't realize what such a massive house and a massive yard and things that needed to be done
Right.
actually entailed. Um,
Yeah, I know he's trying to build a place just for him to be able to fly in his own freaking yard.
yeah, and that's what I was doing this evening before I came up. I was like trying to clear out a space so I could move some more wood because I don't know what this guy. I mean, maybe the wood that he has over there that I need to move when he used that wood as like the wood that he would give the guy that paved his drive, not paved, but plowed his driveway in the wintertime. Like
Oh,
he
okay.
used that as like he used that as payment because when we saw the house originally, there was wood stacked next to the outdoor garage. There was wood stacked next
Oh,
to it,
really?
and then
Okay.
there was a wrapped tarp pile of wood. But he left that wood and the wood that was stacked, next to the garage against the wall was gone. And so I thought all of it was going to go, but the guy only took what was there unwrapped. So now I have a whole nother cord of wood over there that I need to move before the
Damn, you're so.
before the
If you had a way to
tree up.
create paper out of this wood that you had,
Yeah, I'm not going that far with it. I'm not creating paper out of it. I am going to be creating lumber out of it though. Well, because I've got about four or five trees getting cut down in the front, and another three that are getting cut down in the back, and they're
oh, I
all
can't see
really
those.
they're all really big trees. Um, so that's going to clear out some space. Not a whole lot, but it's going to clear out some.
Some is all that matters. Just so you can get enough, you don't need to be able to fly your fucking long range birds. I mean,
I do.
it's nice, but you don't have to. As long as you can fly your medium range, your short ranger, that's perfectly adequate.
Yeah, and I'm close to being able to do that without losing them. But
I mean, hell,
eventually,
we were flying at range tree, and dude, every time we flew range tree, basically our control fighters were in jeopardy of being lost. So
well, yeah, I don't know
Diablo,
how I
you
don't know
know.
how we got away with flying phases there.
Well, after a while, we didn't. We started taking them to the church and shit. Remember?
Oh, well, yeah, we did, go back there.
And the parking lot was relatively open. I didn't show like you liked the phases then, but I mean, you were like we acknowledge. I told you that you can't really see it so well here because I got to stay within this area or else they'll be in a tree. If you remember, I did have quite a few that got treed because they just go too far out.
Yeah, and we had ones that went down by the creek.
Right.
I don't know what that one. I don't remember what that one was. Was that a phase as well?
Yeah. No, that was.
Okay.
Yep. I may still have that one actually. The one that got it eventually did get wet. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, we used to go to the tennis court and fly there.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. It was all in a matter of I think like the trees kind of help because they're windbreaks. So you have a nice controlled area to fly in. It's not exactly a dome, but it kind of is. The air isn't as turbulent around there. And that could come in handy for a place like here in Wisconsin where it's like we're off the plains, so every wind is like breakneck speed and shit. But there's so many, like my neighborhood, there's so many established trees. Like when I fly, hell, I've taken a Cirrus out in the front yard and it's gone into other people's yards. So it's okay. Like, okay, even that's distance.
yeah.
But then the flight videos you've seen me take up there, the open area by the school and the soccer field, which is literally like a block away. Um,
Oh, by the way,
that
Nova also sucks.
well, I said that, didn't I tell you? I was trying to give you one that, like, I mean, I remember what I said too. You have to freaking tweak Nova. You can't just fly it, grab it, fly it each time, and expect it to do the same thing every time. It's got to be tweaked almost every flight. Every flight. You've got to make sure the winglets are even and the winglets are balanced with the anhedrals, or else it's not going to be as good as it could be. It's a very picky, finicky little plane. But any plane that you've got this many vertical surfaces on is going to do that. It's a risk you got to take when you fly those things. When they're on, they're on. But anyway, I mean, like the flying area, yeah, it's like as long as I'd like to think Cirrus could fly unimpeded. I mean, Diablo didn't seem to have a problem with range tree, but again, it's basically a control fighter.
Yeah, I mean Diablo was at that time, like I won't say short range, but it wasn't where it's at now.
Right.
Like I've
And
messed with
yeah,
Diablo for so long that it's like, okay, now it's starting to become something other than just a straight glider.
yeah, because you had a little bit of curve to it. So I mean, that's why I recommend it. Hey, that's a good control fighter. Matter of fact, I think on the roll sheet that's where it's slotted in. It'd be a matter of you putting it up against Viper to see if Viper's long range enough to compete with them two, or Diablo just outstrips it. For example.
No, I agree. Yeah,
So
we're at an hour. We're at an hour, folks.
well, 30 minutes of it we're taking up trying to get the damn thing straightened out.
Um, yeah, no, but I mean, well, yeah, kind of. But It only took a few minutes from the because
Yeah, that's true. You're right. You're
I
right. I'm sorry.
restarted
You're right.
too. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean it's close.
The long range, I never really kind of expanded Nova's range. I mean, Nova wasn't supposed to be that long.
Do I have my stapler?
When Nova was a longer range plane, Nova really kind of that was a fluke. I wasn't looking to extend Nova's range. I mean, Nova was pretty good at supposedly, and yes, in the past it has been a control fighter, but again, those are like offs, and again, that's when the plane itself is on. When everything is clicking, it can do that. You've seen some of the, I think a couple of flight videos are like that. I think, like in Mark's case, there, I think he's been present for a couple of really good Nova flights, but
Oh yeah.
that's not the commonality.
I was gonna say that's not it. That is not the norm.
Yeah, Nova's supposed to be right at about mid range and average. That's an average too, because there are times when it can be downright short. So, I mean, I was really tempted, and I still haven't figured it yet. I was thinking like right now it's definitely in the reserves, but I've got it in like the strike battalions, but it's still kind of like, well, strike covers a lot, so I'm perfectly okay with that. And that's the thing, I don't have to worry about it. It's strike, so that means it can be anywhere from long to mid to short.
Long to mid. I hate this stinking. Gotta find all my crap still.
What you looking for?
I'm looking for a stapler. I thought I had one out.
Were you gonna try to staple the bird you had? You were not. Were you really gonna do that?
I'm looking for a stapler. Well, normally I staple this. I put one staple in it, and I don't. Where the heck did the stapler go that I had from? Oh, I gotta find it. All right, well that's fine. All right, let me get the tape instead. So normally I staple this, but yeah.
Hagataga's your only nice one? Come on now. Yeah, we did talk about the weather for a prolonged period of time, though. Yeah, that's true. What do you got right there? Is that, wait, what is that? Oh, it's Firecat.
What you talking about, Willis?
Oh, what are you doing? Are you breaking something down? Twerking, tweaking, it's all the same thing. Is that not Firecat? Interesting.
So how about those Mets? Okay.
I love the fact how he kind of like preempted this by getting the tape, and now he's taking off the tape.
Well, I knew I was gonna have to replace that tape.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
so I needed that. I got scissors here just in case. I got 10 X-Acto scissors.
I'm also, by the way, we're also kind of happy to see that his mat is rolled out and properly flat now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that took a whole who knows how long to build or to get flat.
To get flat. No, it kind of looks like what you're going to be expected first out of his flight videos or how to build videos is the new Thunderbolt video.
Yep, I've got that one.
Are you gonna make it a two-part? No, because you're recording it, so you just made the first part of it. You haven't made the second part. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
He's recording it, people. He is recording it.
This is not.
Ooh, this little plane flies interesting. You couldn't keep track of it, but it definitely goes a good distance.
How is this not?
Freaking what?
11 by.
Would I consider this a plane? I don't know. I'll tell you something else though, and we talked about this before, especially with Robert's kind of point of view. You know how many ways you can build different planes simply by just cutting a different pattern into them? I mean, like I don't know if you'd outright consider a plane totally different for cutting a pattern. I mean, like what I did, for example, phase 2 to phase 3, it's literally just giving it, the rhomboid wing, okay? But if you were to cut like a leading or a trailing edge like this, if you W'd it or whatever instead of making it straight, would that be enough to consider it a different kind of plane?
I forgot that I did this with this plane.
How old is that?
2 years, almost 2 years.
Oh, and what did you do with it that you forgot? I haven't worked
I
up the
took
courage to
weight.
build an R yet.
I took weight out of it.
Oh, you slimmed it down.
See,
I just got done finished. I just got done finished watching like over the wait weekend. Yeah, on Sunday I just got finished watching the part of the RR8. See, like, okay, could I do this? Yeah, I could do this. I got to get tape. I suppose I could just use the clear tape that I've got on hand in lieu of getting some kind of flamboyantly wild tape. I thought about it.
don't
Uh
try
oh.
something.
Abby's pointing us out in some direction that we should have gone. Damn it. I think I know. Speaking of which, Mark, I highly anticipate your video too now because now that you described me that you got the first part done and what you said about the second part, I know how you're running those together. That's a pretty cool idea. That's kind of what I'm doing with mine.
Yeah, really? I didn't know you were gonna do that. Yeah, that's kind of the thought process I had with all of them, actually.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be like yours. I don't think too much though. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what your idea is. Mine's a little bit more simplified, but
No,
a
I'm gonna
lot
try
more.
to make mine. I'm gonna try to make it entertaining, honestly, uh, and instructional at the same time. So, like, you'll see once I get the rest of it recorded. Like, it's gonna, I'll be able to put it all together.
Oh, so we could expect you on the show more often. Mark, not at you. I'm talking about Robert here. Robert, and a new base maybe? You're moving? Really cool.
Oh,
I literally almost thought I literally almost thought Abby was the one that was saying that at first. I was like, Abby's moving? Whoa, shit. No, Robert's moving. Okay, that's
okay,
cool.
so I did that because that comes to that. So I did that. So I did this. This is gonna be wicked. I didn't even realize I did this.
So I got this plane. He's got something cool going on over there, and I just built like this solo crap. I've been anxious to get these 22 twos back out here though. I need to I don't even have a name ready in case this actually works. Yeah, so then my news is based on these damn things because again, I'm still working like 19.3 and I'm still working 19 all this. I'm still working 22.1. I haven't forgotten them. It's just this, you know how you get when you get a new you're like it's the new hotness, so you're kind of like, oh, I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, I gotta get it built. Gotta get it flying.
Yeah, and I mean, like this one, I was happy with myself for getting these and like taking these down the proper testing channels. Like I said, it's like I'm not wandering too far off the beaten path. Although right now every example I've built still is different than the previous one, so no two planes are the same. So that's kind of a no-no. But I am trying to figure out which one works. So instead of like a wheel plane where you kind of built it because you've got a plan and then you've got the blueprints and then you've got machines or hands that can build it the same way every time. Paper doesn't work that way. You can get close, but it's always never the same. They're like fingerprints. So I'm just trying to lock down the one that works the best, and that will be the one that keeps getting built. So
So I thought,
these no, these are not phase. I can't call these a phase anything. These are nowhere near like that. Nothing like a phase. I mean, it's kind of funny because again, like I was pointing these out to Mark before. This plane, this is how these turned out. But these are how they turned out with paper that was on hand because the first model of this was built at work. So I didn't have a legal sheet. I fully intended for it to be a legal sheet. And with a legal sheet, they were going to come out like this. And again, as you see, when comparing to, I'm going to use this one as kind of a standardized form, you see the difference in size. So this is what you could expect out of this plane as opposed to this. I was kind of like Mark was talking about how you want to like, I'm trying to want to use different sizes of paper instead of just keep on using the same thing. Just because. Just because. I mean, I still think there's plenty of different airplanes to be found in an A4 sheet. It's just I wanted to use legal because I don't use legal that much. Matter of fact, the last time I commonly used legal was with the Phoenix and the Manta back in '88.
Yeah, you don't use
Um,
legal hardly at all.
yeah, I barely touch on it. And the funny
I
thing is,
use
normally
legal.
when I do, I cut it down so it's like small anyway.
I use legal quite often.
Yeah, you use legal quite often, and it was kind of like that nod. That was like, okay, I need to try to develop something with legal. So this is more what I'm trying to find. Although I'm trying to get it to be like this one because this one flies like a mother. And this one was really cool because this one added. I mean, you couldn't really tell, but I'm gonna go ahead and point this out too. I was so proud of this one because if you can see it, it's got the droop snoot. I was borrowing the droop snoot technology. I was like, oh hell, why not? You know, I'm working with that anyway. It's not the pure like this one is, where you could definitely tell it is. It's just got a subtle one, but it is there. So I'm not going to put the same kind of tech onto that as that and try to get like a mega plane. I still want the droop snoot to work because that's still a different. Even although technically looking at it, there's some similarities there. Not enough. It's a different plane. They're different. So oh yeah, I want those to work. I really want to build this one bad again because of the way this one turned out. I got the nice rhombus going on back there, but it's got, you know, a little bit less wingtip going on, and these under wing fins that I've got, like, okay, they're big and they're about the same size, but they're really in close proximity. I kind of want them out mid wing, and that these are the same too, but these work out so well. But if you notice the way these are, like my newer one here, this one, I'm kicking them way the hell out towards the wingtips. Way the hell out. And then these, like, okay, if you notice, it's just that first fold, the first triangle fold that forms these.
Oh, I didn't go
The
down
other
there.
newer one,
I need to take a
this
copy.
one, I doubled that fold. So you notice how it forms a delta diamond tip and they're a lot more streaky. Yeah, I also planned on this too. So, um, yeah, there's a lot of growth potential in this. And of course, if one of these works while the basic plane works, you can bet your ass I'll still be accepting them and just saying, well, here's modification number 3, you know, and see where they go, because literally every one of these basically flies the same. They really do. They basically fly the same. Matter of fact, they fly so much the same. I just threw 3 of them. They did not touch the wall, but they all 3 landed on a top of each other. Holy shit, that one hit the wall. These little planes are hype. I'll have to do a video of these whenever the weather starts to cooperate. Okay, these are short. So something about these too that like I'm finding out that their inherent nature is because of a little bit of, there's a lot of low pressure air trapped back here because of the proximity of the fins and that rudder. And I said, like, I do want to cut the rudder and see what it does, even though, like Mark said, it's probably a bad idea. I can see where it's a bad idea because the trap is probably going to create turbulence even at the tail end, and it probably won't work. But there's a great many potential. Even something like this, I've very seriously considered putting some RSTE in here and possibly cutting them back this way and seeing what happens. They already need kind of an up flap because their natural tendency is just nose down. But when they have the up flap, they're golden. That's what the other ones that fly the distance do. Like I said, that one just flew the length of the damn basement. Well, not that one, this one right here. Holy sweet Jesus, that's a nice plane. I've got to show you guys these planes. They really are. I mean, like, I'm very impressed with these, and especially the fact that they're they have their fins below. Because, I mean, it's hard to describe, but like, okay, no, it's not hard to describe. My idea, and originally even starting out, was that these fins were going to be on the top of the aircraft. It was never intended for them to be where they're at. I wanted fins on top. They're be where exactly where they were up here. But again, as Mark pointed out when I was doing this, I don't think they fly as good up there. I need to do it because I want to do it, but I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, but they're gonna probably fly.
I sincerely doubt they're going to be as good as they are right now. Because these are really good. They're really good. And even like the subtlety in the design change, like this one here with its like the secondary fold to create the Delta diamond tip and the more streaky kind of fin, that plane still flies just like this one. And there's more differences than that. Like the secondary cut, there's more of a increase of this cut, so there's lighter weight. There's tape here. There's tape here. This tape is more in the center. There's an extra piece of tape. They each have one staple. And yet we're still talking these planes fly the same way. The same way. The folds to make them basically the same. It's basically just a little bit of cuts that change it. So I'm safe with knowing it's the same bird, but it's amazing that no matter where I'm putting the weight and balancing it out, I'm just hoping it's going to be something like Venom where I can tweak it to the point where I'm going to find the weight balance and it's going to be solid. Or where I'm actually considering replacing a phase with it. I want to rebuild this one because I like the way the fins came out. I just don't like the way. This is the test to figure out if you remember what I said, it started with an A4 because I didn't have legal sheet, but then I folded and cut it so it was like a smaller legal sheet. That's how I got it. That's how all of these were made. They're the ones that fly good. This one was built so that when it was folded, I didn't cut it off. I left the fold in. And that it turned out to be way too much weight. So that is definitely a non-progressing format of the design. And I'm kind of embarrassed that I did the cuts the way I did because, as you can see, the fins on these are way different than even these two. But there's ways to rectify it. It's not as bad now, but it's got a lot of weight trimmed out of it. So yeah, expect things out of this one because this one's nice to watch. I'll like. Yeah, I mean, again, I've taken to heart the fact that the upright fins, the fins on the top of the wing, are definitely not going to work as well. But at least they'll be straight in line with each other. So I've got to at least give it a try, especially since that's where my original vision came from. I mean, I'll put it to bed once I find out it doesn't work. But in the meantime, I got to make it work. Got to make it work. So I can't quit on it and like not do my original vision. Ironically, that yellow one looks probably the best out of all of them too. I just like the way everything came together. The fins look.
Hey
The
man,
fins
you
look
want to
cool.
become famous?
What did you do? What are you talking about?
Talking about the chat. Look back. That was on Twitch.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So it was some spam on Twitch. That's hilarious.
Well, we all kind of want to become famous.
Do we? Do we all? BigFollowers.com. Click on it.
Did you get the landing? It landed on camera. That was cool. If you saw it, I flew it all the way from the other end of the room. That's like the first plane I've ever got to do this. That one flies really, really good. That one flies.
Yeah, that's the one that I figured might fly.
That one flies really good.
What about that white one? That one closer to you. Sorry.
This?
Yeah.
This is the best flyer. These two here are flown outdoors. I think this one has two, but this one sucked. These two are flown outdoors. These two freaking rock. These two are the best. This is the one that I told you about that actually flew across the street over by work. I was in the parking lot and I made it all the way across the bloody street. This thing is oh man, rock solid. which is
I figured it might be.
desperately funny considering. That's
I
the
think
one
it
with the
may.
droop snoot, the two staples. There's extra weight back here, and the folds are like. One thing about this is, all right, this one's got a simple like the fins just come from a fold that's back in, right? Okay. This one comes from a fold that's actually like it folds back towards the center line, then folds back out again. So there's extra material against the wing that isn't on any of the other planes. And yet this is the one that rocks.
That's insane.
So yeah, so it very well could be that the weight balance is a little better when it's heavier towards the tail. Of course, then again, it's got two staples in it, so
But you need to testify that.
yeah. I mean, this is one to continue on. I haven't built one exactly like this one yet because I keep working with the ones that just have the single fold. Um, I'll stop that and be switching to this one, but I also want these to be worked with more, so I have more of this. Why do I keep calling it a streak? The better slant. Again, the slant that
Hubby had
everyone else comes from is
class.
a single fold. That's a double fold.
I'm surprised to see him here. I thought he had class. I thought he was going to be
Who,
in school.
Abby?
Yeah, I thought he was going to be in school.
I know he was. He said he was, and he wasn't here at the start. So, but then again, we weren't here at a normal start either. So, what are you doing, Abby? Are you cutting class to watch us? Thanks for that. You're never gonna catch Ki in one of these shows because Ki works at this time. So normally he gets off work at about the time we kill the show, which is another reason why we need to have another night.
Yeah. Well, what is his schedule like?
He like
Like,
okay,
does he want to work
mostly it's
nights?
mostly it's Monday to Friday, like I think 2 to 11. I think
So, Monday through Friday.
he occasionally gets Fridays off, and obviously the weekends are okay. So we just got to catch him when he's not busy during the weekend. But then again, we got to catch all of us when we're not busy during the weekend. So it's not like any of us don't have the rest of the shit to do. Like I said it's that's why it's like we can't. What we talked about before, we can't lock in. Like, okay, it's good to have shows to lock in so people know when to expect us, but we can't just say like it's only on one night a week. This night, too bad it is this. No, no, no. We got to do like you were mentioning. You got to pre-record a show here and there. We got to have a couple live shows. One that just has a chat, talk about stuff that happened during the week, tech that we found, like this. Um, Ideas that we want to share, so on and so forth. But then we got to have like the build show. We got to have the blended body show. We got to have the tape show. You know what I mean? And on different nights, so they could like not counteract with other people's schedule. If you can't pop on tonight, okay, we'll have one on Friday night for like 30 minutes. We'll have one on Saturday night for an hour. You know?
Yeah.
So we're a channel. We need to cater to shit like that. Unfortunately, they're almost always going to be night shows, but still. I'm
Yeah.
hoping there's times when you guys, well, me too, but you guys can capture a couple, like pop on a live show and we're actually in flight. Like, hey, guess what I'm doing? You know, that'd be awesome. We haven't really done that, but like once before. So it'd be really cool to do that one once. It'd be really cool to actually have a spot where, like, Robert's talking about where we can get like a meetup, one, two, four of us, whatever. And maybe we could be in a Wi-Fi zone so we could actually do it live and like check this out. We're doing an air show. That'd be hot. That would be pretty hot. We'll have to do it on like we'll rent a boat and we'll go out in the middle of Lake Michigan and do it. You're going, what the hell?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you saying you're going to need us to build the R8 by the end of the night?
Yeah.
uh,
No.
wait a second now. He does. He does. Well, I said Carrie could come to the show, but he's probably like, we would have to extend the show another hour to get him in here. Because he said that he's like every damn like Mark's done that too. He's like, you cut the show off, and I just got there. That's about the same. Mark, whenever it was that you got home from the bowling, that's basically when he does. So
Oh, but that was Oh, yeah, that was like right into like, well, I had something else I had to take care of too.
Oh,
And so like,
oh,
because that normally ends like I was normally getting out normally right around like 9 o'clock, and then coming back, and I was back by like 9:15, 9:30, and that's like right at an hour. But then that one night I had to go take care of some other stuff and go go to a couple other stores, and so I didn't get home until like 10:30, and I was like hoping you would still be on, and you had literally like it was like 10 minutes. Like
okay,
you
yeah,
had gone offline for like you ended it like 10 minutes prior.
right, okay, right. And then you send that text like, "Are you still on?"
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, I can call him, but it's not gonna matter because he's at work. He's even if he's able to pop in, I don't think he could pop in. You might be able to say, "Hey," but he ain't got the XL 16 on him either. So, oh, by the way, Robert, I wanted to mention, nice mouse. I want to make sure I got that out there because if you guys watch the RA tutorials, you know what I'm talking about. Oh my god! So we're supposed to build this?
Yeah, let me let me get over there.
I mean, I suppose like with the yeah, we could do it, but we can't tape it. It can be done. Anything can be done. A little bit of willpower and mayhem, but dude, like, oh, you thought I was gonna do it when I started because it looked like the same thing. Why in the hell? I have a rack right by my desk for constructing. Supposed to have paper on it. I always build planes during the course of the day, so it never has paper on it. Rather disappointing. Got a new tracking system put up in my closet that's right behind the monitors here. So yeah, yeah. Holy shit, these pieces of paper. All right, all right. So
Are you talking
yeah,
about the green and white one?
yeah. You see what I'm talking about, is it? Is that comfortable? It kind of looks like it might be comfortable.
I just
Oh, dude, like seriously, it looks like the freaking plane I just built.
I just don't know how that. I can't do it.
You can't do what?
If I can't build a plane in like under like a few minutes, like man, that thing has
Well,
lost its
that's why I
engines.
said like a build show. Like this is why we have the chat show because like a build show sometimes needs to be a little bit more, in it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
sometimes this isn't.
like it needs to start off with that intro and then go right into it.
I mean, to a degree, but it's also yeah because like I mean sometimes with these builds too, you're kind of like, well, do we want to follow along with the instruction and then have everybody listen to us be silent, or do we
Oh,
trying to are we like
well,
trying to master it beforehand and then we build it on the show as kind of like you're saying, like a pre-recorded sort of situation?
well, that's. Uh, I don't think he responds on anything anymore, other than text.
Who? Okay.
You.
What are you talking about?
He said you don't respond on Messenger.
Oh,
I
really?
don't think you use it.
I'm really not on there as often as it seems. The only reason it looks like I'm on there and to begin with is because like there's a game that like I have set up so peeps can play. It's not just me.
and it's like they're on it and it stays on. So it looks like I'm on board there. That's the only reason why. So it looks like it when I'm not. I mean, I'm really bad about Facebook. I think ironically enough, we should be spreading our brand on it, and like I don't think a single one of us is really Facebook. And like I said before, I pointed this out before. I'm really, really bad about it because I have it on my computer, like my desktop, but it's not on any of my mobile devices. I don't Facebook on mobile devices. Stupid as that may sound, but yeah, it's only on my desktop. So the only time I ever get a chance to see it is when I'm at home and actually on the desktop, which is usually maybe a couple hours a night. Maybe. I can't even guarantee you that I'm going to be on the computer. Sometimes I just want to play a game. And by playing a game, I mean, son of a bitch! There's another plane. Okay, well, I got that part done, but I forgot. You just can't jump in the hole, man! I forgot where I was. I'm on part 2, not part 1.
So you built part 2 before part 1?
Yeah, this is part. I was in part 2. I need to build the first one there, and like.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna do. See, I can't do that. I can't like 6-part plane. Like no, I know it's
Oh,
only
come on,
5.
man! You built the Scarab with us. Remember? I can't wait to do one of those again, guys. We need to do one of those again.
That was no. That
Come on,
was
man! It was funny.
that thing turned out horrendous.
Like you mean this?
Yeah. I don't know. Oh my goodness.
Oh
That is
yes,
the
the
ugliest.
Scarab.
That is the ugliest piece of crap ever. Like,
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the end result of 4 different contractors dipping into the pool and creating a plane with 4 different contractors having an idea. Yeah. And yes, there's a staple here, and yes, this staple is holding 2 different planes together because basically that's one and this is one. Yeah. So yeah, this is
no, that is not what. That is ass.
not only that, but I think the plane actually split in half done because there's a piece of tape right here.
Yeah, it
I have no
did.
idea whose idea that was.
No, it was mine, I think, because mine split in half.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was throwing
Yeah,
it
I think
and
you're right.
it split in half, and I had to tape it
I do believe you're right.
because I threw it and it split in half. The force of the impact literally split the back of the plane in half, and that was, I think, on the first throw. It was horrible.
Okay. I see. All right. Yeah. So your choice is the right or the left, and the on that sheet, and the left one is forward swept wing with a canard, and the right one is. Well, I think I'd have to go with the forward swept wing and the canard, just because if you do it the other way, that looks kind of X-47 ish. I mean, not entirely, but I mean, it just looks more done, you know. So if you go forward swept wing, then it looks more like a Shinden. So yeah, and I mean, also I could text him, but I'd have to go upstairs because I don't even have my phone down here.
Yeah, that's kind of our thing. We try to keep the phones out of the stream.
But I will say this, dude, my Scarab probably flies better than all y'all's Scarab, especially because I don't know, I might be the only one who has one right now. No, Missile still has his. But it flies pretty good. It looks like complete ass, but it flies pretty good.
I don't know if I still have mine. What year is on that?
June 30th, 2012.
Oh yeah, I don't have that.
Oh yeah, I don't have that. Also, if you'll notice something if you want to see, like, if you notice something, it's almost impossible to prevent the wing from curving up. You see it? If you could kind of see, like, it just wants to go up and away from the fuselage because this is basically, it's not entirely, but kind of a straight line. See, it staggers a little bit, but it's kind of a straight line, and the wing goes away from it. Like, this is like, it can't stop this. That's unique and also weird, and I guess it worked. But I mean, dude, it flies. It goes all the way against the wall, dude. It flies all the way to the wall.
That is horrible. That thing is so ugly. See, it's not to me. It's not just about the plane, the plane, the plane flying well. The plane. It's
He
not
wants it to
about the
look good.
plane flying well. It has to look good in the process.
What he's saying is this plane absolutely sucks.
That
in the
plane
looks process.
looks like I can't even say on stream right now. I just can't. But what I can say is it sucks. It looks like garbage is what that looks like.
We never even wrote the instructions down, so I don't think there's any chance of again. We just went at it.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, I thought you did. I thought you did write them.
I might have. I don't know though.
I thought
If
you
I
did.
do, I don't know where the hell I wrote it.
I don't know if you wrote them in the same SMA book or not.
No, I definitely didn't put them in the SMA book. I mean, the only reason I know that is because I got the SMA book and I never found it in there.
Well,
Although now that I'm thinking about it, it might be in the physical database.
I thought you still put them in a book.
Yeah, it might be in the physical database. I might have it. This plane. So with this, you know what this means though. This means we need to try again, and we need to somebody needs to call it a draw before we add everything that we want to see, because
That's
one
what we
thing
need
you got to watch. What?
That's what we talked about last time. Is like putting a limit of how many how many times you're gonna go around.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're just gonna make it one. Well, one isn't enough. So I think 2 times around, like each person gets two items to add to it. So you make the person one who makes the first fold, then makes another crucial fold, and then that's it. Because after that, I mean, I think we went around like 3 or 4 times with that plane.
Yeah, which is why it turned out to be what it was.
Which is why it turned into straight garbage. I mean, that's why we had to add the second plane to it, because it completely
Yeah.
Like it was just garbage. It was.
Fun to do. I mean, we it was our first design together, always. So we know what we could do now. We learned from it. That's why we know the next time is okay. Depending on how many contractors get involved, depends on how many turns you get.
Yeah, like if there were 6 of us, I think that
One
might
turn
be
each.
one turn. So whoever goes first is really just along for the ride.
No, we'll fold it in half lengthwise, and I'm done. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but maybe what we could do is a stipulation. Okay, maybe I'm just floating this out there, but if that ever happens, we have 5, 6, 8 contractors. Maybe it could come back around to the first one again, and he could have last say as to anything that could be added to it. That'd be it. You know, just to get him more involved. Because seriously, the first person to do it would be fuck a landscape fold, and you're done. You know, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's kind of why we went so long with that build, is because we all wanted to, have a little bit more.
A lot of input. Yeah.
And it's not that we wanted to. I think we just enjoyed doing stupid folds.
I mean, because you see the fucking dude, this is this is one sheet. This is a constant sheet. You know, I don't even think this first plane here is probably just 3 folds and put on top, and then Okay, that's all well and good, but here's another one that we're gonna put in there.
Yeah, but I think we had the underneath plane first,
I think so too. Yeah.
and then we had to put the other one on top to give it some wing area.
I mean, it's a fascinating when you break it down. Like when you realize this is one part of the plane. This is one plane. Okay, this is the one that got stapled to the other one. So you realize that this flying bus looking freaking thing is one part, while the cool looking thing is another part. And somebody ultimately decided let's amalgamate these, which is probably me because I don't know. It might not have been,
I
but
think it honestly, I think it was a combination of like all of us because we flew it and I think it sucked and we knew it had to have more wing
yeah,
because it was just way too
yeah.
heavy and there just was no wing
I
area for it to.
Abby, you're asking me a trick question because, like I said, like I may have been subtle about it before, but I previously said the reason why Exile flies so good is because it's a phase 2 or 3. KIA, remind me if I'm wrong. What's the Exile? 2 or 3? All it is an export version of a phase 2 or phase 3. So yeah, of course. So of course, yes, I know how to build them. I built them. He just taken a little bit of a modification because he needed the help. He doesn't use them like they're in there, but they're in as a reserve because that was like early on in his stage of the game when he used like exports, but he doesn't do that anymore because he's got his own design. So
Oh, that's
same
right.
thing, everybody.
Because that's why it came out with Apex.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Apex is the interceptor, but yeah, he had one that was like, sorry, he didn't like it, and then Apex, and now like, yeah, Apex is pretty bomb. So yeah, like basically that's kind of like his renaissance, as it were. Like that was like Apex is like the beginning of his like, okay, I'm stepping outside of being assisted, and I've got this now. So yeah, everything since then, like Sabretooth, like
Oh yeah,
Demon, like yeah, all
yeah,
those. Yeah,
yeah.
that was him. That was him going his own route and figuring out Dominator. Dominator's badass. Oh, and Sector 2. I forgot about that. Sector
Oh,
1 and Sector 2.
sector.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot I named one sector.
I keep meaning to ask him if that actually has to do with Mortal Kombat or not. Is it supposed to be a C or is it a K?
Cabal wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. I might name my next one Cabal.
See? And that's what you need to do so you have plane names that don't mesh with everybody else's.
Cinder. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my god. Cinder. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play that in a little while. It's Mortal Kombat 4, people. Get with the program.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Yeah. If you could do a combination of those two games, that'd be great. Cinder. Blah, blah, blah. Combo breaker.
Oh my god, that dude is so funny. Oh my god.
Like,
Why does he sound like he's underwater all the time?
ooh, get over here, combo breaker.
Oh my god.
And then Toasty. Oh my goodness. I can't believe they did that. Yeah, yeah. So that's the new Firecat if you didn't already,
That's the new Firecat, yes.
that's the new Firecat.
What is new on it? Is it that weight, the taking away the weight that you did?
Yeah, that and you added the fold on it. So it used to be in this one I folded straight. I didn't fold with the slant like this one has. But
Okay.
but this used to be the front of it. So if you see how it was just actually, let me see if I have one that doesn't have the new tech on it. Because that new tech was like your idea, honestly. Nope, there's a new tech. Where's one? Nope.
Also, I'd like to point out to you guys, anytime you develop a new tech, please put it on the sheet so we all know. Like, you know, the rubber band hitch, shit like that, for example, because we like putting new tech on board.
Dang, never worse. Oh my goodness. I hate
Oh my
digging.
goodness.
I hate digging.
Hey, at least you got them available now.
Yeah, but I hate digging the houses. So, dang it, these are all. Oh, there's that one. But that's not what I'm trying to get to.
This paper has a whole bunch of NL on there because it's got a whole list of names and numbers and addresses because somebody was keeping track of
What are you talking about?
their their VA stuff. Well, this was your sheet of paper that you gave us. So this is part of your stuff because the NL is on here.
Oh my goodness.
Bunch of names, bunch of addresses.
Oh my
Right.
goodness, that is so illegal. Hush. Are you serious?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Don't.
No. The
2000,
names have been changed to protect the innocent.
2012?
Yeah.
Touche. I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
got what do you got a plane? Did you find a plane you got from 2012? Boy, that'd be the shit.
No.
Hey,
The
there's a
most.
fire cat that actually has fat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, they're all. Those are all the same. I'm trying to see if I have. I know I do. I'm trying to find it.
Robert, you're
Haven't
gonna do a Mach 3 tutorial?
haven't pulled them all out yet, and because I haven't pulled them all out yet, like, they're still in here, and I gotta find them.
I like the fact you're better organized now, though. You finally got like the planes at least out and available, right?
Yeah, kinda, kinda.
Kind of. All
I
right,
mean,
fair enough.
they're all like.
I did not forget. I did not forget anniversaries, by the way, people. It's just actually this is a very, very, very quiet week. There's only one. There's only one that's active
Oh,
this
did I
week.
put them in?
That'd be OAE's Cobra, and it's coming up. Actually, it's gonna be closer to next week's show
I didn't.
because it's
Yeah,
like
I
the
didn't.
17th.
Yeah, I didn't put them in here either. Damn it! They gotta be in one of the other boxes.
By the way, Mark, when you looked at the roll sheet, you looked at like the. Did you look at it online or your own copy?
No, I'm looking at it online,
Okay, okay,
so I got
that's
it up
good.
right now.
That's yeah. No, that's good. I believe that's current. So
Well, yeah, because it has green. Yeah, it has Ninja, Ekron, Dagger. All in testing. Like you have React on here, but yeah, I'm gonna probably take that one off.
'cause I think it's like the newest sheet.
It's got to be. I mean, it's got Panther on here from KIA, and it's got Burst and Venom on here, and Arstea.
Yeah, our stays
You
on there. Okay, yeah. Well,
and
if Hagataka, yeah, if
Valkyrie.
Hagataka, does Hagataka still have like it's just green, period,
Yeah,
nothing else
yeah,
after it? Okay, yeah,
yep.
then it's up to date. Okay. No changes, baby. No changes. Okay, so good. That's good. I mean, I figured that was the case, but I wanted to be sure. I like to try to keep it up to date with like who's using what in the role. So I mean, there's that. But other than that, I think even the colors match now. Yeah, yeah, because I changed it. It's not like hashes anymore. I use the pipe, so I figured it looked better. Suppose it isn't up to the minute because I didn't put 22-2 and 1 and 2 on there, but yeah, no, not yet. Not yet. What the hell? Oh my god, this is not. You ever click on something like an idiot and then come back and figure out you clicked on the wrong damn thing? Yeah, I do that a lot. I'm coming back. I'm right here. Here I am. There he is. All right. Did you find a mic? Well, you gotta get with. You gotta get with the.
Drop it.
What?
Did you find a mic? If so, drop it.
Where's? Did you not find the plane? Would you? I thought you were looking for the plane.
It must be in another box. I got quite a few boxes, but
Okay. Okay.
yeah, it must be in another box.
It must be. I mean,
Yeah, it must be.
you don't have it in front of you. Ah!
But I mean, I've got these because these are the ones that I was like, for instance, like you have that one, this one, and these all have staples, by the way.
They all have staples?
Yeah, these all have staples. So
Damn.
this one has staple in the nose and tape on the wings. This one has 2 staples, one here, one in the nose, and one on each wing. And
Oh, okay, okay.
this one had a staple in the nose and tape on the wing. And this one just has tape because I can't find the stapler.
I can't find the stapler.
Because I can't find the damn stapler.
Here.
And it's not gonna work. I can't.
He can borrow mine. We've come a long way, people, from the last time we did that on the show. We just like, here's my nuggets. You can have my nuggets. Or you need a pen? I got a pen. Here, have this pen.
No, I don't. Dang it. I do have a pen.
I know, I see the pen.
I thought I had it right here.
We did it really cool back in the day. We made it look like we actually used each other's pen, but now.
I seriously thought I had it right here too. That's the thing.
What you need is a
right.
silver Sharpie.
It was right here.
The stapler or the pine?
The stapler.
Oh. Oh, didn't you have it like on last week's show even or something?
Possibly.
I did think you had it on one of the shows, for crying out.
It's probably in one of these boxes over here, and I just can't see it. Like
it's not your Carolina Blue stapler, is it?
No, I don't have. Oh, no, I don't have. No.
You lost your Carolina Blue stapler?
I don't know. I didn't know I had one.
Well, it wasn't exactly Carolina Blue, but it came across as such on the show for the longest time.
No, I had government government issued.
Oh,
One of them handy dandy staplers. Oh, let me look in here.
Staplers?
Let me look in here. Where are all the? No, okay. Why? Of course. Why would it be in there? Just why would it be? Oh, is it over?
What's your favorite plane, Abby? I swear to God, if you say an Airbus A330, I'm going to smack you through this camera.
Yeah. The 757 Max.
My favorite's Javelin. Oh, by the way, also something else. Let me bring this up real quick because we were talking about cuts. This counts as a tech. I mean, it's a little bit different than like if you just do a straight cut versus like angling the cuts. But I have noticed that like if you get a chance to ever play with the crafting shears you can get from other places that actually have designs built into the blades that you can cut. This is a tech because this does some interesting stuff to the aircraft. If you actually get a chance to serrate, which is a serrated edge, yeah, dude, it's weird. And I did all edges this way, of course, but highly recommend it if you get a shot. I don't know if scalloping does any good with like the patterns that have the like they're kind of uneven, so
Yeah.
you probably couldn't make them the same way. But the serration does, because serration excites air over the aircraft itself. So instead of turning it into like turbulence, drag and wake turbulence, it actually decreases it. So I highly recommend, if you can get a chance, to do something like that.
Yeah.
It's still considered a phase 3. It's just a phase 3 with tech. My God, dude, seriously, this plane's 13 years old?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this one's 13 years old. And the only one I ever built like this. I need more of these. 558. Not all that old in the grand scheme of running them, but
Like, how could it not be? Like,
Mark's favorite WWE superstar was John Cena, but
you are stupid. Never in my life has that ever been that freaking. You can't see me. You can't see me.
The Rock has come back to scratch a major itch. Now eat your fruity pebbles, you yabba dabba bitch. I don't know. I kind of I always had a soft spot for Sergeant Slaughter and Iron Sheik, but I mean, there's been good. There's been Mick Foley's hot. Mick Foley's pretty cool, man. He's like, yeah. I love hardcore matches, so The Rock is entertaining, obviously.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Undertaker, but as far as favorite goes, like he's not on my top 5. I
He's not even in my top 20. I hate that guy.
I was gonna say I don't even know if he's in my top 10.
Hell, I'd take
I'm not.
Tajiri over John Cena. Funaki, man. Come on, dude. Both of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like there's so many like it's
As far as let's go as far as to say, as far as white hip hop acting kind of wrestlers are, I'd pick Scotty 2 Hotty before I pick John Cena.
exactly. That was way better.
Yeah, Too Cool was the shit.
Too cool was too cool, man. That's why they had to get rid of them, because they were too cool.
They were too cool. You can't have that much coolness in wrestling, dude.
I miss those days, man. I was just watching AEW earlier.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching AEW earlier. Cause I like, man, like that's where all the good wrestlers are going.
Oh, Abby, don't be such a homer. I figured you were going to say that anyway. I mean, like, what? One of the only 3 Indian wrestlers, and he had to be like the biggest dude in the world,
Yeah, the Great Khali.
I mean,
Yeah,
seriously, he like so
he's
big.
good, but
He's good. He's good.
He didn't wrestle that often though.
No, he had to be careful because, like, being what he is, he's like, like he has gigantism or something like that, so he can't just be that kind of active, I mean, but he was impressive. That's for damn sure. Whoa.
Yeah, but no, like, so number 1, The Rock. Number 2, Stone Cold. And it's a hard toss between those two. Like they are
Stone
tied.
Cold Stone Austin.
They're like tied for number 1 for me. Like
I'm gonna
honestly,
go home Listen to some Backstreet Boys. Drink
mean,
some Steve Weisers.
see, I could go back and just watch, and I have probably within the last week, just watch reruns of their matches and their what do they call those promos? Um, I could watch those all day, and then
They're always good.
number three, like if I had to put a number three, who would I pick?
Stacy Keebler.
Oh man, yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's top three.
No, if we're talking about pure entertainment, funny, I'd have to pick Triple H. Like I'd have to pick Triple H to go with in the top three.
Well, that being said, you know what? I could almost probably put Shawn Michaels in my top three. Talk
And
about a
and
dude
and
that
and that's what I'm saying. Shawn Michaels will be right there at number four. Like 3, 4 would be
longevity.
Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and then number five would be probably Mick Foley.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, Mick Foley's in my top five. I mean, he's got to be. I mean, those. I mean, and it's so hard for me to really pick, like, pick a roster. Like, if I had to pick like a 10 man, like if I had to pick 10, that would probably be easier, because then I could go, Rock,
But
Stone Cold,
it's
Triple
really hard to
H,
pick.
Shawn Michaels.
It's really hard to rank them. It's really hard to rank them. Like you said, like favorite. It's like, damn, dude, I just don't know, man.
Because yeah,
You
because
know,
I had so many, like, and there's people that like Hogan and stuff, but he honestly, like Sting, like if we had to go WCW side,
oh yeah,
like Sting,
I definitely pick Sting. I picked the
Sting would
Ultimate
be,
Warrior, maybe.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I'd pick Ultimate Warrior.
there's so many,
Um,
dude.
I mean, there was just so many great, entertaining wrestlers. Um,
And then there were some stupid fools like John Cena. And I mean, like Edge. Why in the hell? How did we ever get
dude,
to the
I
point where
love
Edge would
Edge.
actually?
Dude, I love Edge.
I liked Edge as long as he was part of Edge and Christian, but solo and then actually getting the heavyweight title. Like, how did we get to the point where Edge was actually a contender ever for the heavyweight
Because
title?
he's
I mean,
crazy
come
and
on,
he's
dude.
old, man, and he's crazy.
God,
Dude, did you
you could have at
see
least
did you see it
you
the
could
other
have
night?
given it. If you could give it to Edge, you could have given it to Perry Saturn or
See it?
Test.
Oh my goodness, Test.
Or Bradshaw. I mean, dude, not even JBL, but just
Test.
Bradshaw.
Oh, Farouk and Bradshaw? Yeah,
Yeah,
that was my
you
team.
need beer money.
That was my team. That was my team. Like if I had to pick best see that if I
Wait
had
a
to pick
minute.
best
No. Our team
the
is the
Dudley
Dudley.
Boys. Yeah,
Don't give
that's
me
what I was gonna
that.
say.
Our
If I had
team
to
is
pick
the Dudley.
best tag team, I would pick Dudley Boys number one, APA number two, DX number
That's right.
three. DX number
That's right.
three. Like and a lot of people have DX as like number one, but no, Dudley Boys is number one, APA was number two, and DX was third as far as tag teams go. Like those are the top. That is top three right there.
I mean,
Like
dude, come on now.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
I mean, yeah, we did
Like,
not 3D. We did not baby 3D for nothing, dude. We really.
oh yeah, oh yeah, that was.
Devon, get the tables. Yeah, that's some good stuff,
Oh
boy.
yeah. But see, that's the thing. Like, if you talk about individuals, like where do they rank? Like, oh my goodness, like they're
Yeah,
still.
that's almost impossible, dude. I can't
I
think the
like.
four horsemen. Any one of the four horsemen. I mean, dude, come on.
I'm not a huge fan of Flair though. Like
Well, I'm not either, but the four horsemen were the shit when they were the shit. You got to give it up. I mean, I'm not. I'm not a big Ric Flair fan,
yeah, like
but
I mean, he was. I mean, he's a legend. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's been around and he's done a lot of things, and
I don't think there's anything Ric Flair had done except maybe Stacy Keibler, and I have no proof of that.
except being thrown off of Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I don't think he done that
Table,
because
to the announce table, which is why Mick Foley is so high on my list. Like that dude is just straight nuts.
I know, and and like Chris Benoit. I mean, tragedy what
Chris
happened to him, but dude, I loved Chris Benoit when he was
Chris
in there.
Benoit, Ken
And
Shamrock.
two of my favorites for that reason were always Chris Benoit and Hardcore Holly because they really went all out. They always
Yeah,
went all out,
yep,
along with Mick
yep.
and Crash Holly, who like would have to defend the belt
Yeah.
24/7.
And you know what's funny? They turned that into an actual title.
Yeah,
They
right.
turned they changed, and that's the thing. They started that way back then to make that title 24/7. So then he's just constantly running around, and they can you know use whatever they want. So they to make it more PG, they changed it from the hardcore championship that's 24/7 to the 24/7 championship. And now they're literally just running around half the shit, and it still
Well, you,
cracks me up. Like it still
I
cracks
know
me up
because
because it's like a
you can't even be driving. Somebody might pull you out your car and pin you. I mean, it's like you got to
like
be looking over your shoulder.
yeah, like they haven't done that in so long, and like but it's like now like it's not a true 24/7 like belt like it was like they were like literally running around all show trying to chase these guys down, and they were recording it and filming it and putting it
Right.
on, oh, there he goes, they're running out in the middle of another match trying to not get
Oh yeah, dude. Kane was the shit. I like Kane myself too. Yeah,
yep.
Kane's pretty high up there.
And that's with a K, not a C. I'm just saying.
And I also got to give it up to my man Val Venus who gave us some real entertainment for a while there.
Oh man, yeah, see, oh, the Godfather.
The Godfather or
Oh
the
man,
Good Father when Right to Censor took over. That was just so stupid.
yeah, Godfather.
Oh my God, what did they do to Ivory? Oh man.
Yeah, like this is just it was just it's been it's been crazy nonsense. But like, I mean, who else? I mean, the Hardy Boys. There's another one.
Oh,
There's another.
you didn't know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, but I consider that part of DX.
That is part of DX. I mean,
I
Road
mean,
Dogg was basically nothing without DX.
yeah, you're right. Road Dogg and Billy Gunn.
I
Like
mean,
both.
name me like 3 matches Road Dogg was that didn't involve DX. I mean, for real, dude. Seriously, did he do anything else? Was he basically just a jobber until he showed up with DX? He was like on like Saturday morning. What was the Saturday mornings like Jacked or something? He was never on like
Yeah.
unless you were with DX, he was never on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, until he got put with them. And I think Shawn Michaels had something to do with that.
Probably.
Because Triple H and Shawn Michaels formed DX, and then that's literally when they all showed up. It was China,
That was
it
like
was
after the
China, Road
faction,
Dogg, Billy Gunn, X
right?
Pac.
That was after the faction, right? They kind of splintered off from the faction.
Um, it was kind of yeah, like the corporation and
Right, right.
and then they kind of split off, and then because Triple H didn't want to basically listen to Vince and took Stephanie. That was right after they got married and took Stephanie and like rebelled against the corporation. And then of course then you got Stone Cold still at the top of his game and The Rock up there fueling with feuding with this group. And I mean, it was just so epic. I mean, wrestling will
Right?
never, and that's the sad part. Wrestling will never be that good anymore.
No, it will never be that good because, dude, yeah, just I think Vince is not too old. He just can't see past his own nose and see what like people want. I mean, my God, dude. And right
It's
now,
not even
somewhere
that. It's the
KIA is like
censorship.
KIA is going to enjoy the shit out of this show because we're talking wrestling, and now you guys are going with Dragon Ball Z. I've not watched a single any. I can't. I can't.
I don't
But
watch it.
yeah, he loves that crap. So you guys can take it for the next 10 minutes. You talking that crap. So
I ain't talking that.
I ain't talking it.
Dang, we already 2 hours and 10 minutes in.
See how quickly that escalates?
get me talking about wrestling. I go on for another 4 hours. I'm yeah, and that's why I've been watching AEW lately. Is
Well, I
because
know because it's the next best thing. Yeah.
well, they're doing the stuff that
You
basically
watch ROH too?
I do on occasion. Um, it's the problem with like ROH is that they're so bad.
They
Like
really are. There's
it's
some fan that do it, yeah.
it's not even like that. Like there's no crowd, so it kind of drowns out some of the stuff, and they're not feeding in sound to override what's actually going on. But it's just some of the way the match flows. And I've always been and this is why I never liked women wrestling. It has nothing to do with women shouldn't be wrestling. They have their purpose in drawing men into watching. But the thing that I don't like is that their promos suck. They don't know how to do a promo. Like even back in the day, they had a hard time doing good promos.
They did, really, yeah. But I mean, maybe it wasn't their fault.
It well, it wasn't because that wasn't their role. So when they had to do one, they were terrible.
Yeah.
The second part is, what's her name?
What's her name?
You know which one I'm talking about.
Jazz? Jacqueline?
No, 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 no. Not Stacy, but the other one.
Tori Wilson?
No, the other one.
Trish Stratus?
Yes, that one. That one. She was on an interview, and I saw it not too long ago. She was on an interview, and she literally said that was her job. Like her job was just to take off her clothes and show her boobs. Like that's literally what she said her job was. It's like, okay, so if you like don't put her in a match because it's like it's just not gonna end well. And it didn't the problem is that they don't look flawless. They don't look as smooth. The clotheslines are clunky. The bouncing off the rope because they're short, they have to stand up on their tiptoes to bounce off the rope when they sling each other across the the ring.
True,
Like
but
those
hey,
things.
true, but the Lita Conrana sure looked good. That looked
But
pretty high.
but that's what I'm saying. Like them, she made it look different.
Yeah.
She wrestled, but nobody else could compete at her level. And even China, like her and China were like the two that could wrestle.
I thought Victoria did pretty good too, though.
Yeah, but they
Actually.
were really, I mean, I'm telling you, it was clunky. I mean, it was just
Well, yeah, because
anytime.
actually, yeah, well, I think one of the main reasons was even though, like, okay, Trish was definitely, she's always been like, she's a fitness model, but like Victoria would probably break any one of them, and so could a China. So they had to watch themselves, So
Yeah, and then you watch the wrestlers now, the female wrestlers now, they are more wrestlers, like they are
yeah,
wrestling more. But the problem is they can't do the promos. The drama and the storyline between the characters is so boring that it's like, dude, this is garbage.
save the drama for your mama and push.
Oh my goodness, I haven't seen that in forever. But then the other problem is that they haven't they like they can't reach the rope. Like when I watch them bounce off the rope when they throw each other, it's like so clunky. Like they have to like slow down to stand up, to bounce, and they don't even put enough force into the rope to get a good bounce off of the rope to come flying into a clothesline to get to do a flip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just so clunky. And it drives me nuts. And then they have way more mistakes in their match where they slip, when they're trying to do something, or they put them in a headlock and try to do something, and it doesn't look right when they go to fall, or they just bump each other and fall down more. Like it looks so bad. And there's a few guy matches that have done that over the years, but the men, they've been so strict on them to make them perfect and wrestle to that level that everything else is just not fun to watch. So
The
back
perfect amount of fake.
so back to why I don't watch Ring of Honor as much. That's why Ring of Honor has way too many mistakes when you're talking about guys wrestling and just like, oh, he meant to clothesline him, but it was like a clothesline shoulder tackle. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he went to go do a clothesline, but they kind of just bumped into each other, and then like the guy like took a weird fall, and it didn't even look right. Like that type of stuff because
Yeah,
they messed up in communicating.
right, right. Well, I
And
mean, you could basically consider it the amateur hour, and I mean, for
you
some
can.
people that actually, it's cool to see it raw. It's cool to see the amateurs get it on if that's the thing. So you got to step up to the big leagues, and
Which
I
is
mean,
why I like AEW, because there's a lot of people that people don't know, and then there's a lot of people do know. Because like Kenny Omega, I remember him from, what was that, ECW,
I think so. Yeah,
TNA Impact.
yeah, TNA Impact. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So and Impact is another one that I was kind of starting to watch, but then when AEW came out and I saw who the owner was, and I saw that they were bringing top guys from WWE over that were being kind of just pushed aside in WWE, but were still really good and popular characters. Like I was all
I give
for it.
you,
Like, dude,
I
you
give you
brought
Kurt Angle.
well, yes, but I'm talking about you. They brought Chris Jericho. They
Oh yeah,
brought
yeah.
they brought uh, Cody Rhodes. He's one of the big promoters. He was the first big superstar to come over.
Well, then
Cody
you could still
Cody
have
Rhodes.
you could still have Jr.
Oh
Talking.
yeah, and yeah, exactly. It brought back so many memories when I was listening to it tonight. I was like, oh man, I miss his voice just listening to it on there because I'm tired of hearing Michael Cole. I am
Taz was
so
hot.
I miss Taz. I miss the King. Um, the King is on SmackDown, isn't he? Or is that?
He's
Or is,
been on. I don't know if he's current.
I don't know if he's current. I don't even
We'd
know.
have to ask KIA about that one, but
Dag
yeah,
nabbit,
I'm
drop
not sure.
drop this damn thing twice. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna. I hate to do this to you guys, but we're gonna. Um, we're gonna.
He's gonna go for 4 hours if we don't cut this shit out.
Yeah, we gotta transition. We gotta put. I don't have the sound bite in here. We're gonna have to fix that. But
Even the sound bites 2 weeks ago,
I know. Hush. I got the sound bites somewhere,
but they're not in the
but they're not in there.
they're not in the
So yeah.
OBS.
So
With that said,
now fast, please. No, we're not. Well, you'll have to wait on that one. You've already gotten way more tutorials than we were
God,
doing.
remember, Abby, this is a chat show, bro, chat show. We will do the
I do,
builds.
and that's the thing. I do like Jinder Mahal, but he's still like they don't. The problem with WWE, and we'll go out on this before we tell you what's up, is that the problem with WWE is that it, Vince has a lot of say. Yes, it's his company, but he has a lot of say and control over what the individual does as a character. Like they don't usually they don't usually get to pick their name half the time. They are forced into whatever character and name, and then they have to run with the idea that the staff has come up with to say, "Oh, you're going to be Doink the Clown."
Yeah, why in the hell do they
Doink the
come up with
Clown.
why is there something like first of all, um Spanish speaking like any of these Spanish speaking ones, y'all need to pick better names. Okay, Rey Mysterio's cool. Rodrigo Santoro, not so much. We're not really gonna follow that guy. You can't do that guy. Some of y'all's
We like
names
his
do
son
not
though.
it just doesn't like I'm not willing to follow that. Stand back, a hurricane's come. Okay, maybe, but that was still kind of lame. But when you got
What are you
Stone
talking
Cold Steve
about?
Austin, you gotta follow that guy.
There's a hurricane coming through.
There's some guys you were waiting for it. Like, okay, some guys, Rhino, you wanted to see what Rhino was up to. Just
Oh,
Incredible, you could care less. I mean, dude, like, it's so
yeah.
stupid.
See, that's the thing. Like a name like Rhino, a name like Goldberg.
Goldberg, yeah, you
Goldberg.
know, I
So
mean,
yeah,
Sting, I mean, come on.
you know, it's it's those one-liners, man.
Booker T.
Suck a T.
I suck a T,
I
dude.
forgot
Yeah.
about suck a T.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, see Booker T's in my top 10, man. I'm telling you,
and I don't understand how you
he
can
was
like
hilarious.
like you said, okay, Vince having like total control over it. That's one thing, but Vince has been through all of this, and it makes me wonder, like, if you knew what was putting fans in seats, why did you change the formula?
Well,
If it wasn't broke, why did you
part of it
attempt to
came
fix it?
down to the PG era when
I
Cena's
know, but
move.
you knew the ratings were still falling off.
But
I mean, it was still falling off.
I mean, he had to clean up the show.
Yeah, but why? Because you wanted lower ratings and less people? I understood certain aspects getting cleaned up. Like I get it. They're really the females are a great example. We don't need like a stripper showcase showdown here, but we still need a hardcore match. We still need, and he did keep Hell in a Cell, but it's really a shadow of its former self.
Oh,
You know?
it is,
Yeah.
and
You,
all of those matches have. I mean, that's why the hardcore championship is no longer the hardcore championship.
TLC matches we'll never see again. And I mean, like, dude, people
Yeah,
love that shit.
yeah, but part of it is, and don't get me wrong. Um, I mean, part of it is safety. Like you are trying that, like you're investing millions of dollars into some of these guys. So,
Yeah.
and you're paying them a salary like that,
Yeah,
and
you don't need no fused
so
vertebrae when you're paying
so
millions of
you don't
dollars.
need to say, hey, you're gonna make $100,000 off this next match, but I need you to fall 40 feet from a ladder through a table, and you're gonna drop, and on top of that, you're gonna lose the belt to John Cena.
Tony Jaa is okay, but I like Donnie Yen better.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, or like Bret Hart with the Montreal Screwjob, like that legitimately, when you read that story, like it is legit real.
Yeah, right.
I didn't realize that that wasn't like staged. He literally thought he was going to win that match. He expected to win that match because he didn't want to drop the title to Shawn Michaels because Shawn Michaels was being an arrogant jerk.
An arrogant doodah head.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. You know what time it is.
You know what time it is, people. I'm sorry. We got it. Yeah, we
Are
didn't turn this
you
into a wrestling
ready?
show. I tell you what, make and explain the Undertaker.
Bow to
All
the
right.
masters. Break it down. Break it down, Sue.
People, thanks for coming out. We got to cut it. We're like 2.5 hours, people. Thanks for coming. We'll be out on another show, and like maybe you can expect a different show between now and next week, so we can get a build in here or a feature or something. All right. So again, thanks for coming out. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for cutting class for us, and as always, keep 'em flying.